How important is resourcefulness in life?
Ooh, yeah. That's a good question, brother. I didn't expect a big question like that today. My name's Mark, and we're here at the Danner Recrafting Center, and today we're gonna fix some of these Huckberry 917 loggers from a few years ago. You can see they're pretty worn out. The soles are, worn down. The leather's in pretty rough shape, and today we're gonna put a new sole on these boots. We're gonna replace these eyelets, new insoles and laces, the whole deal. It's gonna be fun, man. We've always had a repair department that used to be like just part of the factory. Today we've got this large workshop here that's attached to the Danner factory store. You can be trying some of these boots on that you might get fixed and seeing us work on them through the garage doors here.
So first step's just gonna be kind of cleaning them. So I'm gonna use this leather cleaning spray and just kind of get these things ready here. And then I'm just gonna kind of brush the leather. Really like to clean under these eyelets, like a lot of stuff builds up in here, so I like to clean this out as much as possible. See the dog hair, all that.
Yeah, when we started designing this boot, we wanted to launch it with Huckberry, and we were at their warehouse going through some of the 917 designs and going through some concepts, and we had this idea of using this gold rush concept to have that Western pioneering type of mentality.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so now that we got those all clean, we'll just kind of set them aside here and let them dry for a second.
With the footwear that we make, people develop a connection with it because they've had it for so long. They spend so much time in it. We had this one guy, he sent in his dad's boots, and his dad had passed away, and he wanted them rebuilt. And those things were in like really, really bad condition. They were almost beyond saving. But when he told me his story, there was like no way we were gonna give up and say no to that repair. So we did everything we could to, restore those for him.
Danner's been in Portland since 1936. One of the things that we pride Danner with is being one of the largest manufacturers of footwear on the West Coast. We make boots for the enthusiast hiker that is going to hike for the first time, all the way to the hiker that is going to climb tall mountains. We make boots for the military. We make boots for avid hunters. We make boots for every walk of life, and our boots that we make, we still stand behind, so that when you buy a pair of Danner boots, you buy a boot that you can keep around for a while, and you can trust that boot to perform no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, so got the lasts here. This is what we'll be putting inside the boot. It's basically like the internal shape of the boots, and it allows us to work on them. So we're gonna go put these on here. So I'm basically just gonna use essentially it's like a box cutter. So I'll just be taking this blade and just basically cut it off. I'll sort of aim for right in the middle of it, because that's where I know that what serves as the midsole is gonna be. So I'm gonna be cutting just above that. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert the blade here. I'm just kind of make an incision, just kind of start to slowly cut that open. I'll kind of work my way around it here towards the front. Gets real thin near the toe, so I gotta be real careful there.
I'm pretty firm in believing that if you wanna do shoe repair, I think the two most important things is really just passion and hand-eye coordination. Because I think anybody could do it if they really wanted to. Here we've got an awesome team where, the person you're working next to, you can kind of collaborate with them on a project, and some skills that they have, you might not have. And so we get to share those skills with each other, use that to do the best possible work every time.
Yeah, now that I've got it kind of workable here, I'll go ahead and use these pliers here to just kind of do a little bit of leverage, easier to work with. Cool, and after this, I'll basically use what's called a wire wheel to remove this EVA midsole from the upper.
The idea of recrafting comes from the cobblers. The cobblers would take a shoe that had been worn through, provide a new sole to it, shine it up, and make that shoe new, because people in those days wore the same shoe throughout long periods of their lives. We've continued to do our recrafting process. It's something that has been part of the process. When you buy a Danner shoe, you have the opportunity to have that shoe recrafted and have that shoe be part of your life for long extended periods of time. And it's something that we will continue to do, that we find is important, and our consumers are telling us it's important as well.
Yeah, so we got the new soles here. I like to kind of do just like a dry fitting, you know, just make sure it looks about right. So yeah, pretty soon it'll have that on there. I'm looking at it and saying, I want to remove all the shiny spots. I want it completely matte. That looks good. Yeah, this insole board's pretty damaged. It'll survive a new sole. Put some fixes into it now. So I'm just doing a little bit of super glue here just to kind of hold some of this together.
So we want to make all our boots recraftable, but also at the same time, we need to make sure what we're doing in the design process is bringing recraftability to shoes that are more of a modern sneaker style. So those styles were historically not possible for recrafting or resoling. What we're trying to do at development and design stage is trying to think about what we do here at the Recrafting Center, apply that on the design so the upper won't be damaged when we're doing the resole process.
So here we're going to be using the cup sole activator. So this step right here, this unit, it's got a heating element.
It's going to activate the adhesives with heat. So this unit's going to take about 10 seconds before the light's going to turn on. The light's a UV light. It's applying the heat. When the light turns off, I'll press the pedal again. This will flip. There it goes. All right. Cool. So yeah, it's looking good. We're gonna get it here. This is the mechanical press.
This group right here is only going to grow as we have more demands on people wanting to get their boots recrafted, which we hope that's the case moving forward.
We're almost done. Basically just gonna do a clean and polish on these. A little bit of leather conditioner. I've got some leather care products that'll sort of restore the color. Then I'll do kind of a final coat before they're done.
I love to buy old stuff. I love thrifting. I have a love to vintage goods. I think a lot of us do. What really makes the vintage stuff cool is that they're really well made.
I love working at Danner because I've always wanted to be somewhere that was a little bit more interested in the longevity of how we create products rather than creating things that are just quick in and out of landfill.
There you have it. We've got the Huckberry 917s resold here and ready to go back out to the customer. Thanks to Huckberry and to Gear Lab for being here, and I hope it encourages you to think about picking something that we can repair, and look forward to seeing your boots get sent in and getting cleaned up just like this.